The City of Ohio State podcast takes a deep dive into the support services that keep OSU's Columbus campus running 24/7. Hear from industry experts in facilities, construction, real estate, public safety, transportation, and more. The City of Ohio State podcast is brought to you by the Office of Administration and Planning. Go Bucks!
Hello and welcome to the City of Ohio State podcast. I'm Brooke McKivergan in for Dan Hedman. Last month, we profiled the environmental health and safety team. This month, we chat with another unit that's often overlooked, UniPrint. Did you know that Ohio State has its very own print shop on campus? Jeff Dible is the director of UniPrint and joins us for episode 7 of this season. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Brooke.
Yeah, so some may know, but others may not. UniPrint is actually a full-service printer executing projects in-house and managing third-party suppliers. Can you just give us a deeper view of the full suite of services that your team offers?
Yes, UniPrint is a full-service provider of printing products. So we provide both offset printing and digital printing, finishing and binding, addressing and mailing services, inventory management and fulfillment, and a lot of that is done through our web storefront. So we produce, the whole host of products, be it business cards, signs, posters, books, banners, those type of things.
So you guys stay pretty busy, not to name a direct competitor, but basically you're saying there's no need to really go to like Staples or any other local printer or copier location, really because UniPrint can perform those same services or honestly even more right here on campus. So what's the most used service your team offers and why, or rather how would a student or staff member most likely interact with UniPrint?
Sure. Yeah, we became in 2021 what they call the Print Center of Expertise, and that was designed to funnel all the work through UniPrint so that we could best evaluate what fits our services, which is a lot of things. But then we also then contracted with 12 different vendors to do things that, we may not be cost competitive at, or that we just don't do, like web printing, for example. So with those 12 vendors and ourselves, we really can cover any of the university's needs for printing and copying or wide format and signage. The best way to utilize our team is I have 5 customer service people that, are dedicated to dealing with customers all day, every day. So they take emails, phone calls, or we have an online web storefront that is monitored by these same 5 people all day, and you can enter your products and requests for services through our storefront.
Awesome. And UniPrint really has its hands in several projects really all across campus. You guys support coaches from Ohio State Athletics, the medical center, and professors all across campus, and even print all the diplomas for graduates. So what level of coordination is needed on these really important and time-sensitive jobs? And also, is there one that you're particularly proud of?
Yeah, there's quite a few. You hit on a number of them. But a lot of people don't know that we are truly a full service production facility. So, every day we have a production meeting to go over the hundreds of jobs that are due that day, as well as take a look at what's due in the upcoming week. So we have to manage it from a, true production fashion where, we have multiple departments, everything goes through those departments. And every day we have daily deadlines that our customers need something. As you mentioned, commencement's a big one. We do the programs, we do the diplomas. We also do a lot of the ancillary products that are related to that event. But one that we're very proud of that we're involved in annually and has just grown and grown every year is Farm Science Review. So we are kind of the catalyst to getting everything for that whole event out in Madison County, where we print the programs, do all the signage, do all the invites, the tickets. So anything related to the Farm Science Review event, we pretty much have touched. So we're very proud of that and very happy and pleased to be part of it. They entrust a lot of in us to what we do.
Yeah, that's a really big deal. I feel like whenever we think of these big events across campus, not often do we think about all of the printing needs that go into that. So it's really cool to be able to pull this curtain back and kind of learn more about that. So speaking of big jobs, UniPrint will be lending a helping hand in getting the new Wexner Medical Center inpatient hospital open on time. So can you explain to our listeners your role related to that signage?
Yeah, about 5 years ago, well, going on 6 now, we entered into the world of wayfinding signage for the university. As we always do, we look at products that are similar to what we do on a daily basis with our printing, and is there an opportunity for us to get into something that the university currently procures outside, and can we do it more cost effective and better being an internal to the university? And when we looked at signage, that really fit what we do. So about 6 years ago, we got into that world, and we have been doing projects and slowly, doing all the ADA signage for buildings and replacement signs on campus. Most recently, we did the James Outpatient Care Clinic on the corner of Kenny Road. And so it's going to follow that we're going to be involved in the new tower, and we will be leading a team ourselves and 2 other vendors to produce all the signage for the tower, install all the signage for the tower over the next 18 to 24 months.
Big stuff coming up. So student lab printing also falls under your purview. And I know the Follow Me Printing program has been a great success. So can you explain how Follow Me Printing works and also who uses that service?
Sure. Follow Me Printing is kind of an offshoot of our student lab printing program. For decades, we have run the student pay to print program in all the libraries. So we install machines or devices around all the libraries. The students, originally when it started, they could pay with coins, but now it's all transferred to Buck IDs. So they can pay with their Buck ID, swipe, and receive their prints off any of the printers around the libraries. And it was about 2018, we switched in our student lab printing to a product that we call Follow Me Printing. But basically what it does is it takes away, it's a global driver that then doesn't look at the print. It just accepts the print job. And then when you swipe your Buck ID, it will bring the print job down from the cloud to that printer. So for example, the beauty of it is you can go anywhere that this Follow Me is enacted, swipe your Buck ID, and receive your prints. So the beauty of it really is the fact that you're not worried about if that particular printer is broken or not working. You can go to any printer and receive your print if you've processed it through the Follow Me Print program. The next step with that program is we're launching it and working with departmental units that are interested in using the same technology, because we can put it on all the copiers that we manage across campus as well.
That's really convenient. So in addition to the printing capabilities, UniPrint also manages copiers and devices across campus. So what percentage of your business comes from that? And also, why is it important to have it all managed by your team?
Yeah, that's a great question, and kind of a segue into how we do our business. So UniPrint is kind of siloed into 3 businesses. It's our printing and copying signage world, the copier management placement, and then the student lab printing. The bulk of our revenue comes from the production print and the copiers, and the student lab printing is a small portion of our revenue. But really the way we view that is we are an auxiliary to the campus. So we are not here to make money. It's more about the service and cost recovery. So the student lab printing program is basically a service that we stand up and ensure that it is available to the students and that it's available across all libraries on campus.
Great to know. And I've always found this interesting, but UniPrint actually is often looking for ways to reduce the number of prints people make on campus. So why do that? And actually, how does that help your business and the customer?
Well, it goes back to what I said a minute ago is, being an auxiliary, we're a cost recovery. So we only need to make sure that we're being cost effective for the university and covering the costs that we need to do that. And in doing so, we look at all those copiers. Every time we place a copier, or are asked for a copier, we look at the volumes, recommend what's right for that customer, and try to right size to what they truly need, versus, even if they can afford the largest, biggest, fastest copier, what is really best for the university and the environment. Our goal in that is to ultimately say the university has the right number of devices for the total prints that they're doing as a whole. So ultimately, that way you're getting down to the lowest cost per page and being most cost effective and being more sustainable across the environment.
That's great to know. And finally, we know that UniPrint is not just a Columbus campus resource. So can you talk to me about how your team supports the regional campuses as well?
Sure. We do. We're just, yes, we are housed on main campus, but we for decades have serviced all the campuses across the state of Ohio, and in fact, a lot of affiliates around the country that are associated with the OSU. So we print for them. We have all their products on our online storefront, and then through in today's world, since UPS and freight and companies are readily available, we have the ability to plan, ship stuff overnight, and get it there with really not a lot of trouble. A few of our campuses still maintain weekly couriers, so they stop in our building and pick up, the materials are there for the campus that week. But either way, we're going to make sure you have it on the day you need it.
Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us. I know that I mentioned this earlier, but it's just really neat to be able to pull back the curtain and kind of show a small bit of all the hard work you and your team do. So thanks again for being with us.
Appreciate the time.
The City of Ohio State podcast is brought to you by the Office of Administration and Planning. Until next time, be kind and go Bucks.